We welcome all of you all once again to the next session. And this session is on the topic AI and XR shaping the future of luxury retail, enhancing the customer shopping experience with generative AI. This will be an insightful session on AI shaping the future of luxury retail, enhancing the customer's shopping experience with generative AI. The speaker for this is Arnav Sood, expert from Group M, Natural Diamond Council. We also have with us here Richa Singh, MD India Middle East of Natural Diamond Council. Can we all give them a warm welcome?
Thank you. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. We've been हिंदी में बोलूँ कि इंग्लिश में the audience is small, so I don't know. Usually in IIJS, my brief is हिंदी में बात कीजिए, तो I don't know. Just for hello again. At Natural Diamond Council, we have only one brief, which is key. How do we grow business for the retailer? So that's a one point agenda, that how can we speak to the consumer, get the consumer more excited on natural diamonds. क्यों natural diamonds, क्या फर्क है natural diamonds का, क्या फर्क है fine jewelry का, and fine jewelry क्यों इतनी perfect gift है, memory है, heirloom है, and how do we go from there? So इट्स आर एंडेवर ऑलवेज कि हम क्या कर सकते हैं आप लोगों के साथ कि आप लोगों का बिजनेस बढ़े. वी आर अ नॉट फॉर प्रॉफिट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. वी डू नॉट हैव एनी ट्रांजैक्शनल मेंबरशिप फीस और एनीथिंग. सिर्फ एक्सपर्टीज दैट वी कैन ब्रिंग टू यू कि हम आपको क्या एक्सेस दे सकते हैं, क्या आप देख सकते हैं, क्या प्रोवाइड कर सकते हैं, सर्विसेज, इंफॉर्मेशन, कंटेंट जो आप लेवरेज करके कंज्यूमर के साथ ज्यादा बात कर सकते हैं. We work very closely with the largest agency in India, the WPP Group, Group M. Please, he's doing us a favor. Arnav has joined us. He heads the new business there. He has a short, brief. We are speaking to retailers, jewelers, designers who have one store up till 5-7 doors only. We are talking for small. Pick on examples, technology examples that have worked, that have been successful. एक ब्रांड नहीं, बट पिछले 2-3-4 ब्रांड ने यूज किया हो, ताकि पता है कि ये चलेगा ही चलेगा. ये मॉडल में टेस्ट करने नहीं आ रही हूँ, आपको किसी को नहीं दे रही हूँ कि go out and see. It may not work for your brands. We are giving you, showing you few examples that he's picked on which have worked. Multiple brands across regions, across categories. सिर्फ ज्वेलरी के examples नहीं देंगे अर्णव. Will give you examples across categories. So it's keeping in mind that it's a small budget, easy win technology जो consumer के साथ होगी ही होगी, click करेगी ही करेगी. Just to, we were speaking to some of you and we said, आपके पास एक lady आती थी, सामने काउंटर पे बैठती थी, and you used to have a conversation and say, ये हुआ है, भाभी जी कैसी हैं, ये वो आपके साथ चाट खाती थी. अब वो जब चाट खा रही होती है, साथ में अपने फोन पे होती है. And you accept that she's going to be on the phone, and she is on the phone. It's just a second nature to her. So we cannot just talk to her one-on-one. We need to have an engagement with her. In India, I would say the number one is still WhatsApp, but between all the media that she's on, how do we stay and keep the conversation going? How do we connect with her where she feels either this is the brand that I go to, she feels pride in the brand, or she feels that this is a brand I should go to. So either way, it's a win-win. I will hand it over. We have 20 minutes only, so he's going to rush through things. अगर कोई आप रुकना चाहें इसके बाद, या once he finishes, we have 15 minutes for Q&A. But all of these have been chosen basis scenarios we have given. So हमें सबसे पहले कहा गया था कि कोई प्योर गोल्ड खरीदने आए तो हम उसको स्टडीड के लिए कैसे अपग्रेड करने के लिए कैसे, how do we introduce it, or how do we start a conversation which is beyond a particular occasion. They do come to us already for birthdays or weddings. What next? So we have given Arnav all these scenarios and said, now that you have this situation, these questions that have been asked by retail, how can we address them? So over to you. Thank you very much again for coming over and speaking to our industry.
Thank you. So hi guys, good evening, good afternoon. I'm Arnav, and thank you Richa, the NDC team, and IIJS for having me here. right? So today, as Richa also explained, my brief was very specific, and this session, I don't think you have attended something like this throughout the last yesterday or today, right? It's going to be very different, and it is more like an eye opener for you that what's happening around the world, especially in India, when it comes to technology and how brands are using that, right? So as Richa said, so I'll be showing you certain case studies or videos that how the large brands are doing it. Then I'll show you certain innovations which are around the corner, and slowly a lot of brands will start picking them up. And then we'll also summarize with what are the things that you can start doing today, right? So directly jumping into the session, and just let me know if I'm being too technical, I'm going too fast. My brief was also that we don't have marketeers or technology people in the room as many, right? So if you think that is the case, just please raise your hand and let me know, and we'll try and explain you a lot of new initiatives and technologies as a 10-year-old, right? But with the raise of hands, how many marketeers in the group? Any marketers? Okay, great. And any people who kind of deal with technology or okay, great. Okay, great. So I think yes. So let's get started. So I think just to give some okay, great. So I lead emerging tech at Group M. So when we say emerging tech, it comprises of all the technologies such as AI, that's the buzzword today, XR, which covers AR, VR, MR, right? Similarly, everything which is not the usual media, social media, or marketing, right? So my job at my company is to help brands innovate, right, and push boundaries with using technology for different business challenges, whether it is a digital challenge, whether it is an in-store challenge, whether it is an activation challenge, or it is an engagement challenge, right? So once we start, you will see a lot of examples that I'll walk you through, right? So okay, great. So I think firstly, to set some context, in India, there are many Indias, as you guys know, right? So a population of almost 1.3 billion, but the mobile penetration has reached up to 900 million today, right? And out of which 600 million people in the country are on smartphones, right? And out of that, 250 million people, right, are on 5G, right? So why do we need 5G? Why do we need 5G, right? So to give you guys some understanding, 2G was all about SMS, 3G was all about MMSs, 4G was about video, which has been the longest, and now 5G, right? I don't think any one of us here need 5G to watch a video on YouTube, right? So what do you do as a marketer or as a brand to enable 5G for your customers or for your clients, right? So we need 5G to kind of enable more stickier destinations, right, to kind of give them an experience that will cut the clutter and make them remember your proposition or your brand in a much larger way, right? And if you also see certain numbers here, the younger audiences, especially the late millennials and Gen Zs, they are spending almost 5+ hours consuming content on their phones. And if you are not reaching them at the place where they spend most of their times, and I think you are just burning your marketing monies, right? And you are not thinking the strategy right, right? So keeping all these in mind, now I'll kind of talk about two key technologies which I think are drivers for engagement. One is AI, obviously the buzzword, and the second would be XR, which will comprise of AR, VR, MR, right? So let's directly jump in. What is AI, right? That's the largest question today. Everyone thinks AI is something or that. So maybe a couple of people who want to volunteer and tell me what is AI for them. Maybe you can start. Yeah, go for it. What is AI?
Um, I mean, anything unusual with respect to humans, which,
Unusual. Okay.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
anything innovative that you have, even innovation can be done by human also. But when we give data from behind, with the data that we process, the AI simulates it and gives us the input. So
Okay,
the
great.
more data we give, the more innovative ideas we get from AI. So that's how
Okay.
it is.
So have you used AI?
I mean, I've used the Chat GPT, so
Got it. Okay, great. Yeah, that's AI. Anyone else who has an understanding of what AI is and you have been using it in your work or in your business? Go for it.
Hi, my name is Pranav, and I've been using AI almost like 4 to 5 hours a day.
Huh?
I've been using Midjourney, I've been using Copilot, you name it. We make name pendants using AI, which has not been done very often in India,
Great.
and it's been a really big like tool for us. We've generated a lot of business using AI as well.
Perfect. Perfect. So I think, yes, in a nutshell, in a layman's language, consider AI to be a baby, right? Wherein you are feeding a lot of information and making him smart, right? So that is AI, right? And AI can be used to do multiple tasks. It is made by a human, controlled by a human, but has better efficiency than humans because it never gets tired, right? So that is AI. So you can make it do text, you can make it do video, you can make it do any modality of AI, right? So now that is the question, right? That this guy here, this gentleman here is already using AI. So why do you need people like us to come and consult you for certain businesses, right? Or craft different marketing campaigns for you, right? So that is where we come in, wherein we are not only limited to text generation or image generation, wherein we use all these technologies to craft a brand experience, right? Or a campaign in a layman's language, which anyone who uses will remember the brand or drives more engagement, right? So here are certain AI use cases. Obviously, some of them he already mentioned, but you can use AI for inspiration, which is augmenting creativity. As he rightly said, you can have a chat with Chat GPT and brainstorm, right? Generate a lot of ideas, right? Second, you can use AI for automation in your businesses, right? When it comes to automation, it increases content efficiency and scale, right? So when we say automation, now a lot of marketers sitting here, I'm sure when you are doing a digital ad, you have to create multiple adapts of that specific creative, right? So why don't leverage AI for that? You make one creative, put it under AI, and it will automatically adapt and give you those 37 different adapts for Facebook marketing. And last but not the least, you can also use AI for your marketing optimization, right? So what that means is that increase content efficiencies. Now using AI, you can create or translate your creatives into multiple regional languages, right? That's one of the biggest challenges that all CMOs or marketing teams are facing in the country, right? That English mein to likha hai, how do I kind of put that creative for the South or non-Hindi speaking markets, right? So using AI now without getting an agency doing translation, and then you are finding another agency to see if he has translated the copy in the right way, you can actually use AI and maybe police AI using Google Translate, right? So that is where AI comes in picture, and these are multiple use cases, and it's ever evolving, right? It's an emerging tech. It'll keep evolving and it'll keep adding more use cases. So now I'll talk about one of our recent AI campaigns that we did for our favorite brand, which is Mondelez, and you know Cadbury Dairy Milk, right? And here the point I'm trying to make is whether it's a large brand, whether it is a small brand, right? All you need to do is you have to kind of own moments. So what Cadbury did here is that, for example, if it's our birthday or your friend's birthday, you usually kind of go and buy a chocolate box and you give that chocolate box to that person. Now imagine that, why can't you give a personalized song to that friend of yours or your loved ones, right? So with the chocolate box, he also gets a personalized birthday song as a gift and make them feel special, right? So I think I'll jump into the video first. So you see how we kind of executed the campaign and what impact it brought in. 8 billion people. We have audio? But only one happy birthday song? Yeah. With the same lyrics and the same tune for everyone. Cadbury Celebrations presents My Birthday Song, a personalized birthday song for everyone. That's so cool. We now help you gift more than just chocolate for every birthday. We used 4 generative AI tools to generate a happy birthday song. AI generated lyrics, AI composed music, AI generated vocals, real-time generation of personalized songs. Scan the QR code on the pack or log on to www.cadburymybirthdaysong.com and fill in the details. Tell us why the person is special. Generate personalized lyrics. Choose a genre.
Choose a singer and gift a special, personalized happy birthday song made just for your loved ones.
Candles make a wish today. Happy birthday, wanting in every single way. The night, happy birthday, Amber. Let's raise a toast to the moon.
टिंकू भाई आज पार्टी है आज
Birthday party hai. Tinku ji ki party hai.
Cadbury Celebrations, My Birthday Song, a personalized birthday song for everyone.
Right? Yeah.
So we had there was a reason for choosing this specifically. अगर हम आपसे कभी आके बोलते हैं कि हम आपके लिए कुछ कर सकते हैं, everybody says मेरा एक नया स्टोर खुल रहा है, आप आइए ये करेंगे. So everybody has a store opening. Also when you go into one street, you know there is a for what it's worth, it is a brand where you pay 100 rupees is customizing for you. And that's the reason we are trying to say that you cannot do everything. अगर मैं बैंड्रा में रहती हूँ, एक टर्नर रोड पे अगर 15 दुकानें हैं और आप सब लोग हर एक सेलिब्रिटी बुलाएगा जो आपका रिबन काटेगा और एक yes collections apart, I am not taking it away from you, but we need to start talking individually. And you all know these people. आपकी मर्जी है, आप एक चूज करना चाहते हो, इन्होंने 4 जेनरेटिव एआई को 4 बार लगाया. एवरीथिंग एड्स मनी टू इट. आपकी चॉइस है, आप एक कर सकते हो. We have more examples that
Yeah.
we worked on where we went mass. This is something we wanted to show because this transcends age, this transcended cities, and you know the again I reiterate that itni choti si cheez hai but memory बनाई है, and we keep saying that memories belong to jewelry, that every piece of jewelry you buy there's a memory attached. So there was a reason for choosing this. कैडबरीज ने टेक्नोलॉजी खड़ी कर ली, हो गया 1 साल, अब हम उसका सस्ता वर्जन ले सकते हैं. And
Yeah.
that is the reason. Make your own creative. But guys, the technology is ready and available to you in whichever form you want. We are happy to
Sorry.
guide you, point you in the right direction. Feel free to search yourself. But this technology is available to you, and you must use something like this in a big or small way to, you know, customize and start talking about your brands.
Thank you. So I think yeah, as she kind of summed it up. So yes, go for personalization. Every customer right now does not have the attention span to see those boring messages, right? So how can we kind of personalize at scale? So obviously this was done almost a year back, and over 100,000 songs were generated using this technology over 6 months, right? And people still remember it, and as one of the biggest case studies, which even went to Cannes, the awards, right? So moving ahead, now Gen AI, right? So why I wanted to kind of also have a conversation about this specific campaign, though I will show an example of Britannia 50/50. I don't know if everyone saw the Britannia 50/50 ad जिसमें Ravi Shastri is doing crazy things during the World Cup this year, right? So it's a digital extension to it. But the point being for everyone sitting here is that you need to have digital brand mascots, right? Now, for example, when I walked in, Pooja was asking me, "Do you want to look around?" I said, "I have zero knowledge about jewelry," right? And then who's going to answer those questions for me, right? And not every time someone is available and giving me questions that jewelry ये होता है, diamond का carat इतना होता है, ये ज़्यादा अच्छा होता है, ये ज़्यादा कम होता है, right? So what if we have a digital mascot to whom you can directly go and have a conversation, right? So this campaign that we did was with Ravi Shastri, wherein we kind of created his synthetic clone, right? And users could just go and ask any question on WhatsApp. So I'm not asking people to download any application, right, and then use the application or the experience. You just directly write a question on WhatsApp and you get a personalized video instead of a boring chatbot that usually people have on WhatsApp. So, okay, great. So this is one of the questions. So we were trying to break the bot, right? People were asking cricketing questions because this was around cricket. But one of my colleagues asked, "What do I do if I have a dead mouse in my drawer?" Right? So see the AI generated answer. Uh, let's play the video. One second. Yeah, this one.
Well. Looks like you have a new roommate in your drawer. But don't worry, my friend, with Golmaal by your side, nothing is impossible. First things first, grab a couple of Golmaal biscuits and place them around the dead mouse. Now sit back and watch as the biscuits work their magic and attract all the ants in the house towards the mouse. In no time, the dead mouse will be gone and your drawer will be clean as a whistle. Just remember to clean up the biscuit crumbs afterwards. You don't want more uninvited guests in your drawer. Cheers to a clean and Golmaal filled life.
Yeah.
Okay, again, guys, they can your consumer can call you. आप कभी भी आप कहते हैं मैं कभी भी available हूँ, मैं नहीं है मेरी टीम है बात कर सकती है. But there are some questions you are embarrassed to ask हो, right? मतलब मेरे को कोई फोन नहीं करके कुछ बहुत बेसिक पूछना चाहते हो. And so far, most brands have a interaction digitally जहाँ पे आप टाइप करते हो. अगर आप Amazon का देखोगे, for me that's the most exhausting as a woman and mother who runs house. If you want to write, there are preset answers which come. So even if you don't have an answer and it's irrelevant, at least it brings a smile to your face. This is, and our big grouse was, इसने सबसे पहले मेरे से पूछा मैं वेबसाइट के आइडिया दे सकता हूँ. आई सेड नहीं देना, क्योंकि चाहे हम जो कर लें, वी आर नॉट रियली एज एन इंडस्ट्री वेबसाइट फ्रेंडली, वी आर व्हाट्सएप फ्रेंडली. हर एक का कलेक्शन पूरा का पूरा फ्रॉम द व्हाट्सएप एंड इज द एंगेजमेंट इज सो मच हायर. तो हमने आपको कोई वेबसाइट के आइडियाज नहीं दिए. ऑल ऑफ दीज दे हैव सम ग्रेट आइडियाज. ऑल्सो प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड, हम आपको एग्जाम्पल इसलिए दिखा रहे हैं क्योंकि ये जब इसने मुझे टेक्नोलॉजी समझाई थी, वर्ड्स भी नहीं समझ आते. यू डोंट नो व्हाट ही इज सेइंग. सो व्हेन ही शोज इट, इट मेक्स मोर सेंस टू मी. But he has, if you guys want to understand the pure tech behind it, barring you, nobody is going to understand. We have a gentleman who comes from the technology background, but I did not understand. So I told him for everything he speaks, he needs to show एक example. तो अगर आपको लगे you want to understand more or more executions of this, please, he has a lot many executions on brands.
Yeah. So similarly, this was a 3D avatar. So that was a deepfake video, right? And this is now an avatar wherein you can have an instant conversation, right? So I'll just show one of the examples here. I think the videos are not playing. You'll have to play the video, sir.
Golmaal. Give me a match with some spice, some excitement, some drama. I want to see players sweating, hearts racing, fans screaming.
Yeah. So I'll just talk you through. I think we're facing some tech issues as usual, but yeah. So, okay. No problem. So what was happening here is we created an avatar of Ravi Shastri with his own voice, right? And we kind of programmed the avatar to give quirky golmaal answers, right? Now, similarly, if you have to create something for your brand, आपको अपने लिए कुछ बनाना है, so we can kind of make that personality to give questions which are limited to your website. Sorry, I'm taking that as an example. Website or whatever documents that you give me, I'll put the guardrails on top of the bot कि इससे बाहर नहीं बोलना, इससे ज़्यादा नहीं बोलना, right? Even in this one, it's all moderated, right? If someone is coming in and talking in Hindi, we don't answer. Someone is coming in and talking about Prime Minister Modi, we don't answer, right? So that's the moderation layer that is built on top of such experiences, so that there's no problem with your brand or your stores.
आपने अभी बोला कि ये हिंदी में नहीं है, बट हिंदी चुन सकते हैं या तमिल चुन सकते हैं. यू कैन चूज विच लैंग्वेज यू वांट, गाइस. इट्स जस्ट फॉर दिस दे चोज
Yes.
नॉट टू डू हिंदी.
Yes, but now, as you rightly said, with the technology evolving, every 2 months there's a new AI engine that is coming in, right? So now we can do the same experience in Hindi also. If you guys have seen Chat GPT 4.0, the new model which has come in, it already supports Hindi, Gujarati, Telugu, Tamil. So we can kind of do the same experience in all regional languages. Okay. Okay, great. So we'll move ahead. I think now this is one of the use cases. As I said, I'll inspire you guys and I'll also show you what we can do immediately. Right. So this is something that I'm already speaking with Richa, and very soon she might release more details to the whole community sitting here. But now using Gen AI, you don't have to kind of get your influencer or your celebrity to come in the store and create personalized messages for hundreds of your customers, right? With simple personalization, जैसे आपका एक form मिलेगा आपको, वहाँ पे you just put the name of your customer, and within 1 minute you'll have a video that you can send them on WhatsApp, inviting them for a sale, inviting them for a new store opening, right? And so on and so forth. So let's see an example. Audio on. Play the video.
Hey Monica, hey Anish, hey Ashwin, hey Rahul, hey Kavya, hey Nitin. Wishing you and all of your team at pay-per-view a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Right. So again, using AI and machine learning, I can make him take your customers' names. If you want, I can change whatever he's saying, and you will always get a video without going back to shoot again and again, again and again. Right.
Hey Monica.
Okay, great. So that was more around generative AI machine learning. Now, I thought this is very, very important for the audience sitting here, which is AR, VR, XR, because it helps you visualize products in 3D. Over to
Also,
Richa.
the idea was that in store there is there something that we can do, because all of you come to us, we are not really the experts of in store, but instead of talking about merchandising and product merchandising, which is not really our expertise, and you probably know better what to do, we thought we would give you some ideas of things which can also double hat and be brought in store.
Yeah. So I think this space, I'm sure most of us would be more familiar than what I was talking before this session, right? So XR is extended reality, if someone wants to know technology. And XR has AR, which is augmented reality, VR, which is virtual reality, and MR, which is mixed reality, right? So augmented reality, all of us must have used, right? You must have gone to the Lenskart app. You can see the specs before you buy it. Plus, you guys have your own in-store systems wherein people can try out jewelry virtually before they kind of make a purchase, right? So that's AR. Then VR is basically a technology wherein you need a VR headset, like an Oculus, right, on an Apple Vision Pro, if you guys know, wherein you wear it and then you get teleported into virtual worlds, and there you can actually see high fidelity 3D models, interact with them, personalize them using a VR headset, right? And talking about some more use cases when it comes to AR, brands are using it for immersive storytelling, wherein you can basically augment your physical collaterals. आपके store का बाहर का nameplate can also be augmented, right? Wherein you put a QR code, person scans it, and something comes to life. I'll show you the examples later. And obviously, if you have certain print collaterals or like a brochure, usme you should definitely add a layer wherein if someone likes it, you scan the QR code and then maybe try it on your hand then and there. Just an example, right? And this technology per se is there since the last 1 decade now, right? Generative AI very very new, but 7 times more powerful because it has Chat GPT, which is the UI, which is a user interface for people to go and check. But COVID ke time pe metaverse was very famous, right? Did you guys know how to go to metaverse? A lot of people called and said, "Bhai, metaverse kahan hai? Kaise ja sakte hai?" During COVID, right? So that's the difference between technology. So AI very very powerful, but XR has its own pros and cons. So we'll discuss that. But yeah, just to show you, all major brands, big, small, across agencies have already implemented that in some or the other form, either in their products or in their marketing campaigns. So yes, so print, I think print is something that I see a lot of jewelry brands especially have the front page print ad, right? Or they do some kind of a print innovation, not innovation, but yeah, print ad, right? But how do we kind of take that print innovation to the next level? So a few months back, we also took technology to print ads, right? So let me show you an example first. So what we so I think I'll show you the video, but if someone wants to scan the QR code and test it, you can test it. Ranveer Singh will start talking here on the stage. Just scan the QR code and just let them allow the camera permission and click on play video. Is it working? So once the experience opens up, point it back at the print creative. What's happening? What does it say? I think so. You'll have to. I'll show you the video. Yeah, it's playing for someone there. I could hear. But see this. So this was an ad on a newspaper. You scan your phone, and then Veer Singh starts talking. And that's my colleague Anukriti holding the newspaper, right? So you can kind of start augmenting your print ads to have digital layers and give a better message to your audiences. So if you see this, there was not even a single logo of Britannia on the print ad, right? And we leveraged the moment wherein Deepika Padukone and Ranveer Singh were trying to announce their pregnancy, right? So that's called the real use of technology and movement marketing, right? So moving ahead, but I think, yeah, just to cover this, so I'll tell you the difference between not using technology and using technology in print ads. So when we did this, we could actually see how many people actually gave put attention to your newspaper ad, right? And we could also see that people spent almost 27 seconds on the ad. And usually you just kind of glance through the newspaper and when you see ads,
Today,
right?
the average time that people spend is 3 seconds on any
Yeah.
communication. So the reported, acknowledged by the industry time is कि आपकी कोई भी creative कोई देखेगा उस पे 3 second time spend होगा, which is a good exposure by the way. 3 seconds is counted as a good exposure.
Yeah, but this was 27 seconds. So, moving ahead, I think what you saw is already happening. Anyone in the industry can do it today, either 2D videos or you can have products coming out in 3D from the newspaper. But what if with 5G in picture now, what we discussed at the starting of the session, how do I bring Ranveer Singh out from the newspaper and in your homes and start talking to customers, right? So again, I think this is a larger experience. I'll just show the video. So here what you can have is you scan the QR code, and the moment you scan the QR code, you have
Hello everyone.
a hologram of Ranveer
Today we're
Singh
going to
coming
talk
out,
about a very interesting
and you
piece of
can talk
technology
and have a
which is
conversation with the
on
user.
volumetrics. So what you see me right now, I'm inside a volumetric studio, which allows me to
Yeah.
create.
So that's one of my colleagues, Neeraj, right? So he got scanned in US, but now this technology WPP is bringing to India. And it'll be one of the first volumetric capture studios in Asia Pacific, wherein you can come and get your celebrities or yourself shot and create such holographic experiences, right? And here the other thing that I have, and what Richa was also talking about, is during COVID, this was very, very popular. That how do we kind of take our stores to users, right? Or virtually make users visit a lot of real estate stores that we have, right? So first, I'll show the video here, wherein this was done last year for one of the jewelry brands, right? Now this is basically a real scan of the store, right? Now, for example, if you're opening up a new store, send this along with the invite to your key customers to come and see the new store that you're opening up. So what users can do, they can go through the store, they can actually see the jewelry pieces that you have, and if you want to highlight certain key jewelry pieces, you can also click on them. They can see it there, and they can also see it virtually as a 3D model, video, or as an image, and can place a order before they kind of come inside the store and buy something. Yeah.
Go back.
Okay, great. So there were a couple of slides, but yeah, take over. Yeah.
So this also the objective was that lockdown people decided that while they come to their family jewelers, they also want to explore more, discover more. Buying may not have shifted as much online, but today if you talk to a consumer, she says, "मैं पहले 5 doors में जाती थी. I used to go door to door and check the rate also to bounce, come back and say why do they have a better rate than you, especially on diamonds. Now I just go online." And she also comes with either screenshots or
मैंने
links
सुबह
and
भेजा
says,
था,
"This
उसने
is
दिए था.
the shortlist I've made." So this, when it's an added thing when you're doing a walkthrough, आप कहते हो मेरी दुकान इतनी अच्छी लग रही है ये, you can actually, she can shortlist online before she comes to meet you. And it's a customized video you send to her. Anybody can send links, nobody wants to open. But WhatsApp पे मेरे लिए customized message आता है और कहता है कि आप देखिए ये खुला है and it's this. People will open, shortlist and engage. So we have tried to give you a sort of mix of products that are available. This is a very short list, guys. We had asked for 2 hours to showcase the long list of ideas and possibilities that there are. But these were the 3, 4 examples we've got. So it's our time up.
Yeah.
If you have any questions, and we are, of course.
You have it. So there's a couple of things I want to conclude with, and then we can go with the questions. Yeah, you have it, right? So I think what we saw here, and as she also rightly said, but I want to kind of end it with some inspiration here. We saw certain AI use cases, right? And Yeah, cool. We saw certain AI use cases and we saw certain XR use cases. Now you can imagine what you saw would be very, very new for most of the people in the room. But imagine what's coming next, maybe 1 year down the line, wherein when people have devices like Apple Vision Pro or Geo Glass or so on and so forth, you can actually have a conversation with AI, right? And in real time, see products in front of you and make a purchase decision and even personalize them. So I'll show you what future holds for us, and this is something that we are working towards. And boom.
Hey, so if I wanted to get into law,
Audio, please.
really get into it. What do
Audio.
I need?
There's a few options depending on how pro you want to go.
So I'll play this again with audio. Okay.
Hey, so if I wanted to get into law Terra, like really get into it, what would I need?
Here's a few options depending on how pro you want to go.
You know, like something nice but not too expensive.
Definitely. These are both great choices. This one is smaller and manual, so you will also need to buy a milk steamer. And this one is automatic and has a steam one built in.
Yeah, great. Let's go with that. And also like a nice mug.
Absolutely. There's this local potter who does gorgeous work. Here's a few color options.
Ooh, one of each, please. What does that come to?
$6.99.99.
Great. Ring it up.
Fingerprint, please. Awesome. Looks like it'll be here on Thursday.
So what you saw here are 3D models, and the person is having a conversation with the AI, and it is giving shopping recommendations. And the moment he liked the products, he just had to do a fingerprint press to make the transaction. Right? So that's what the future holds for us. And I think yes, that's where we are headed to.
Yeah, but this is immediate future. Huh? We are talking about things that are coming now. It's not like a long-term future ahead. This is also not stuff that they are developing at the new algorithms or the new technology that is being developed for the bigger brands. Sorry, you had a question when we.
Yes.
Hi, my name is Mohit. Like you said, that not everyone will open the link because everyone now has a notion of AI taking their personal data and all that. So from safety point of view, because my customers are private, now if I put in the data and like you said, the personalized video, it will require more of his characteristics, more of the nature of the person to arrive to a tune which they want. So from a consumer safety, data safety point of view, is AI now to a stage where people can trust it or still be afraid of it? Just in
I'm petrified. Even of, today, I must tell you, Nirav Bhai has told me this morning, ye app download kar lijiye. All your photos are here. All you need to do is scan. They'll see your face. Even if your angle or your shoulder is there, you'll get it. So at a personal level, if you're asking me, but the example you gave, I'll let him answer the larger question, is not where the consumer fills in data. जब आपने song choice करनी है, me as a, I'm sending to my mother, it's my choice. So you go in, there are drop downs or options. So you have a place like, the Cadbury's option. There was one which Shahrukh was standing there and he said, Aiye Vikrant stores Borivali mein aiye. So you just have to fill in Vikrant and Borivali. The rest is standard. So you don't have to give personal data. Allows you to download the video which you forward on WhatsApp. So that part of it, data is not collected, but at a larger level, yes, there is.
Now, to answer your question, a lot of campaigns that we do here, right? So we have backend APIs, yeah, connectors. So all the data is sitting on companies' servers, right? So none of my team members or me, we don't have access to that data. And plus, we also work with a lot of BFSI companies, right? Their data is of the utmost importance, right? बैंक बैलेंस कितना है किसी के पास, right? So those guardrails are already there in the system wherein no individual could actually access the data. And whenever you enter such kind of an experience, there are certain disclaimers which takes your consent, right? And when you get the output also, it is usually marked as AI generated material, right? So that's all taken care of by the governing bodies.
But I'm sorry, he's an agency guy, I'm a बेच नहीं रही हूँ, but you don't pick anything, na. I'm saying you have apps which you don't need to fill data. And I, as a consumer, if tomorrow you were to send to me and say, fill in this, I wouldn't. But when I'm sitting across from you, आपको मेरा नाम पता है, आपको address पता है, delivery करवाते हो, your guy comes to my house, you know my birth rate, my child, my anniversary, you know everything. So it is for you to collate it, whether you put it in a software or in Excel is your choice. But from these options, all the ideas he's given, none of them collect data. Just as all the examples we've chosen, none of them give take data from you. There's no data collection. Also, there are brands which do it. It's woven in,
Yeah.
but all the examples we gave, they don't have. So you can pick and choose. I'm saying there's enough options available which you don't need.
Yeah. Any more questions?
Remove the touch and feel. Touch and feel factor is a very important into jewelry.
Yes.
So, is it any upcoming technology or is going on technology which can help us to
Yeah.
remove the touch and feel?
No, the technology already exists. It's called haptic gloves, right? But the only problem would be that not everyone has it at their home,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
So even if you invest, you won't get that ROIs. And plus, in the store, if you want to even keep that, but you can actually show the real jewelry, right? So as a prototype, it's available.
So I
This
think
this industry have this problem.
so
Yes.
the touch
Because
part
wearing,
we've not
they
sorted.
have to wear 10 times. They have to.
Correct. No,
this-
but the touch part is not sorted.
Right.
Just tell you that we have from our partners also the solution that they've started to do in store is the holographic thing.
Right.
So you have I'm picking diamonds here, but when you're doing solitaires, you can go and they put the exact size and you put your hand under it and see. But where you may not have the stock and you may say it's somewhere else or the virtual try-ons, but the touch factor there is no solution as of date.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
but point taken. Let me also do my research now. If someone in the world has solved some problem, but obviously that'll be very expensive today. Yeah.
Just to tell you, there are doors now, luxury brands like Nordstrom and all, they have only where you do virtual tryouts. So you go, they literally have this small booths that I went to. You pick and choose, you put in your colors, kya chahiye, brand, category, shit like that, and you're standing and it just shows you, clicks your picture and says you can decide. You can do a fingerprint, it gets delivered to you, or you can come and pick it up. But there is no store. There are only virtual tryout rooms that are happening. This is for apparel I've seen. I've not seen for jewelry, but there is no touch feel factor
Yeah.
in that as well.
Yeah.
Size,
Maybe coming
yes.
soon.
Proportion,
Coming soon.
size, yes. Touch, no.
Yeah, please.
Recently I have worked for the computer vision. My teacher asked me the question, as AI and we are going for digital, so what are cyber threats? So what are the action for them?
So I think that's not the right question for the forum that we have here. We'll discuss that separately.
I am not equipped to answer that. You'll
Yeah.
excuse us, but this is not cyber threats is not something I can address at
But
all.
as we are going digital,
Yes.
so there will be the cyber threats.
No,
वो तो आपके
obviously.
हाथ में जिस दिन फोन आ गया उस दिन भी threat थी. But I cannot answer that. I'm sure there are people who can.
So there are lawyers in our team
Yeah,
who answer
but
such
they
questions,
equipped
right,
to
and
answer
ensure
that.
the frameworks and the governance is there. But we'll have a separate one-on-one discussion on that. Sure.
Sorry for that, but we are not the experts on that at all.
So this question, I don't know, might be others also might be having. So, such experiences, we all have an illusion that it costs a lot. So if you can just give a little bit highlight on what kind of agencies do this and how exactly it's executable, because is it only Group M or anybody else can do that, or
Or all agencies today, most agencies can either do it or point you in the right direction. All the examples we've given are affordable, let's put it that way. It's in not, I wouldn't say they are in thousands, but they are in lakhs, they're not in crores. When Cadbury started the first algorithm, it did cost that much. But a year later, India being India, we have versions and quick adapts that happen. So it is also for digital, the beauty is that you can add up or add down. So the example he gave was, he said 4 generative AI things. आप दो के साथ कर सकते हो, एक के साथ कर सकते हो. So you can have, the more variables you put, the layers you put, the cost adds up. But today we have chosen 4 examples which are easy. So we, like I said, the brief was don't give us something which is either not tested or proven or expensive. So these are things which are, again, things which you can, you know, one brand going to 1,000 people or one brand having 1,000 doors was the brief. So you can have both options, but कोई भी अगर आप चाहोगे, we can put you in touch with agencies. It is not just with Group M. Of course, he's shown his examples. We work with them, so our confidence in the quality of output is there. But you are most welcome to. We can connect you to begin small. I would recommend you please go to multiple players and get comparative cost, even though he's here, but we can connect you to them as
Quick
well.
follow up, because jewelry or diamonds involves a lot of individual products, because we can't show like a generic diamond and say this is, or even in jewelry all designs matter. So does 3D modeling or such 3D pictures of it also now affordable at scale, just to understand?
Yeah, it is. So I had an example, but I didn't put in because I thought people here would be more evolved in sending jewelry as a 3D model. So yes, so as 3D modeling has improved, the GPUs have improved from Nvidia, right? So the output, the clarity,
So you
everything is
mentioned
much
that
better.
WPP thing, the guy was scanned in US or something like that. Is it too expensive still in India, like 3D modeling, or there
So
are
that's not 3D
cameras?
That's
modeling.
not 3D modeling.
That's Avatar, the
हाँ
guy.
but वो मतलब okay
So I'll
technology
answer
maybe
that
lots of
question.
fancy.
So that is not 3D modeling. That is a capture. So you have 36 cameras capturing you and creating a hologram for you, right? So that is volumetric capture. And 3D modeling, yes, to answer your question, yes, it is. It has.
It's like a product rotation from
Yeah,
all angles up down like that.
exactly.
That is the 3D modeling part to size. And then you have that which you can say मेरे को 300% बड़ा करके दिखाइए. So if you want to see more details and then you can make it to actual size and see. That is 3D modeling today. What he showed was holographic. I wanted to give an example. Today we went for a big tech conference. You had Apple when they had a launch. You had didn't have the CEO there. His holograph was there. So you have the quality of holographs have become so good that the man is actually physically not present in every country. But the China team he was in the US, but the China team and India team had holographs there. So it's a full, and it's not a 30-second thing. He had his full launch as a holograph. They also put Modi ji last time when we went, and it was his whole speech standing there with his whole diction, intonation, everything in a. So you can have pick from there in your store if you wanted to, or you wanted to have a session. It is just a nice, interesting. If you can't be at multiple places, so single store guys makes no sense. But if you're bigger, that's a different technology. But I'm not sure how much that costs. 3D modeling, yes, but let me tell you in India, when we've tried, it doesn't become effective. If you say मेरे 5,000 product हैं and 5,000 pieces का or 10,000 pieces, it's not
Cost
as
effective.
viable or cost effective. But if you have some core products that you want to showcase, then it's a great place to be because the detailing that is there you never get in the shoot or the the quality average shoots that we do. But in a larger catalog, while he's saying it's affordable, I'm telling you it's not affordable.
Thank you.
Got it.
माय नेम इज उमेश. मुझे वो पूछना है, जैसे आपने कैडबरीज का 2-3 वीडियोस दिखाया. अभी मैं ज्वेलरी भी बनाता हूँ, तो मैंने ज्वेलरी का एक इमेज खींच के एआई को बोला कि भाई इसका मुझे अलग अलग वीडियो बना के दो, और स्टेट वाइज उसकी लोकल लैंग्वेज में मुझे उसको फॉरवर्ड भी करना है बाय व्हाट्सएप और सोशल मीडिया. तो वो पॉसिबल है?
इतना रेडीली नहीं जैसे आप बोल रहे हो नहीं.
हाँ.
बट देर आर स्पेशल एप्स. ट्रांसलेशंस आर पॉसिबल, वॉइस नोट्स आर पॉसिबल, बट जो आप बोल रहे हो जिस अवतार में इतना इजी क्विक डर्टी नहीं है.
जैसे वीडियो समझो मुझे गुजरात में किसी को भेजना है, तो गुजराती लैंग्वेज
पॉसिबल है. सारी लैंग्वेजेस नहीं मिलती बट मिलती हैं लैंग्वेजेस.
ओके.
बट
विथ माय प्रोडक्ट. हाँ, विथ माय प्रोडक्ट.
वो तो आपने खींचा हुआ है ना शूट आप. जैसे अब मैं आपको बताती हूँ,
मैं
शाहरुख खान ने खड़े होके बोला कि मेरी दुकान में विक्रांत स्टोर्स में बोरीवली आई है. शाहरुख खान फिजिकली शूट होता है,
हाँ हाँ.
डिजिटली नहीं क्रिएट होता. शाहरुख खान की आप शूट करते हो, अब कैसे शूट करते हो उसके बाद एआई की लेयरिंग होती है, बट फिजिकल शूटिंग इन्वॉल्व होती है. तो आपका एक प्रोडक्ट है, अगर आप उस प्रोडक्ट के ऊपर डिफरेंट डिफरेंट वॉइस ओवर डालना चाहते हो इजी है. बट अगर आप कह रहे हो कि प्रोडक्ट को भी अलग अलग तरह का बना दो, नहीं हो सकता.
नहीं, कोई सेलिब्रिटी को नहीं लेना है, हम किसी को भी ले सकते हैं.
अपना अवतार बना सकते हो, पर वो अवतार तो बनेगा ना.
हाँ हाँ.
तो वो कुछ तो पहले प्रेप होगी, उसके बाद उसकी अडेप्ट हो सकती हैं. इसने तभी आपको जब रवि शास्त्री दिखाया था, दोनों वर्जन दिखाई थी कि शूट भी की थी हमने, और अब वो शूट हर डायलॉग की थोड़ी की थी. शूट आपकी बेसिक आपके पास एप्पल का फोन है, आप सीरी करते हो तो वो कहते हैं ना आपसे 4 डायलॉग बुलवाते हैं कि हम वॉइस रिकॉग्निशन के लिए. तो वो आपके कई वावल्स होते हैं या कई जिनसे आपकी लैंग्वेज बन जाती है. अब अमिताभ बच्चन जी आके 1000 डायलॉग बोलते हैं या 1000 ब्रांड्स के नाम लेते हैं, वो 1000 रिकॉर्ड थोड़ी होते हैं. तो वो एआई जेनरेट कर लेता है, बट बेसिक रिकॉर्डिंग उनकी आवाज की करते हो आप पहले, फिर उसका अडेप्ट एआई करता है. पहले इनिशियल आपको करना पड़ेगा शूट
करना पड़ेगा ओके
यस सो जो आप बोल रहे हो बिल्कुल पॉसिबल है तो अभी बहुत बड़े ब्रांड इसका ट्राई कर रहे हैं सो उसको बोलते हैं फास्ट मूविंग क्रिएटिव
समझ लो कि मेरे कांटेक्ट लिस्ट में बहुत सारे नंबर्स है जिसमें सब लोगों का बर्थ डेट भी डाला हुआ है तो एआई अपने आप से उसी दिन उसको विश कर लेगा
उसको बोलते हैं मार्केटिंग ऑटोमेशन अगर आपके पास डेट्स है तो
मुझे याद नहीं रखना है एआई खुद याद
हाँ
रखे
हाँ
ऑटोमेटेड
बट आप
जर्नी बन
पहली बार
जाएगा
तो कोई फीड करेगा ना
हाँ
फाइल तो आप
मैं
दोगे
सिर्फ
ना
डेट ऑफ बर्थ डालूंगा
यस
एआई अपने आप से वो दिन को व्हाट्सएप उसको विश
यस
करेगा
यस
वो हो सकता है
बिल्कुल हो सकता है
और ये आवाज उसको डब करनी एक बार शूट करनी होगी बाद में मल्टीपल लैंग्वेज में डब हो जाएगी
मल्टीपल लैंग्वेजेस में सारी नहीं अवेलेबल बट
जो भी
अवेलेबल
अवेलेबल है व्हाट
यस पॉसिबल पॉसिबल
इट्स फ्री हो सकता है या पेड होता है
नहीं
वो
पेड
पेड होता
इसके लिए तो सिस्टम बनाना पड़ेगा
हाँ
नॉर्मली
जो
कितना होता है उसका
ऐसे आप जो
कॉस्टिंग
बताओगे यहाँ पे खड़े होके रेट नहीं डिस्कस करेगा बट जितने आप वेरिएबल डालोगे जैसे मैंने
तो
आपको
वो
बोला
सर्विस आप प्रोवाइड कर सकते हैं
मैंने एनडीसी नहीं करता एनडीसी आपको कांटेक्ट करा देगा वेंडर्स के साथ आप रेट आप कीजिए कंपनी आप
ओके
ढूंढिए, मैं आपको कॉन्टेक्ट दिला
थैंक यू
Yes, guys, we इनके back to back हैं, so if I think they'll have another show. So any other question? मेरी क्विक इसके ऊपर दिस इज अस ये हमारा एनडीसी का है इफ एनीबडी वांट्स टू रीच आउट और सी व्हाट ऑल वी डू आवर टीम इज हियर वी आल्सो हैव फ्री ई लर्निंग तो आपके सेल्स स्टाफ के लिए ट्रेनिंग है जो हम लोग फ्री एक्सेस देते हैं रिटेलर्स को या डिजाइनर्स को जो एक्चुअल कंज्यूमर के साथ कांटेक्ट करते हैं अगर आपको कभी एक्सेस चाहिए हो तो प्लीज आप स्कैन कर सकते हैं मेरी टीम को रीच आउट कर सकते हैं बट ये इट्स अ फ्री सर्विस वी प्रोवाइड जैसे वो पूछ रहे थे कि ये एनडीसी प्रोवाइड करेगा तो ये हमारा फ्री है स्टैंडर्ड है सबके लिए बट सेल्स स्टाफ के लिए है जो काउंटर के पीछे खड़े हैं उनके लिए ट्रेनिंग है इट्स अ वीडियो It's a video. Hi, you can play it and that. So that's it from. Hi, Hanji.
Last question.
Of course.
Needs the right natural diamonds to
One
complete
second.
it. Join us in the masterpiece.
After this.
This dazzling crown needs the right natural diamonds to complete it. Join us in the journey to collect all the stunning stones and claim the crown. Click the first gemstone to begin the journey.
तो हमारे पास जो हमारा ई लर्निंग का प्लेटफॉर्म है सब कुछ ये है कि आप 1 मिनट से 3 मिनट में छोटे छोटे वीडियो बनाए हुए हैं कि आपकी सेल्स टीम सीख सके अभी के लिए इंग्लिश में है हमने लैंग्वेजेस शुरू नहीं किए हैं इंटेंशन है कि करेंगे बट अगर आपको कभी एक्सेस चाहिए हो तो प्लीज राइट इन टू अस द scanning you can scan the QR code or reach out to the team yeah sorry your question there was a lady who had a question no
yeah
she's
you
talking
can ask your
now. Yes,
question
hi.
now please
I just wanted to ask if you can suggest a few apps or softwares to use the generative AI.
So multiple use cases has multiple applications, right? Now, for example, in my scenario, what I use is, for example, text to text chat GPT is the best thing, right? Second, what you can do for image generation, you can look at Mid Journey, you can look at DALI, right? And plus, if you just Google today, right, there is an encyclopedia available wherein you write the use case and it'll give you 10 different LLM options that you can use for AI, right? But we'll connect offline and I can send you a few links.
But just to tell you, there is a upgrade to every one of them because it's a new phenomena which is happening very frequently. So अगर आप agency से भी पूछोगे, he may like one app and the second person may like a second app. So it's also
Hence, anything that I can use which is
So
user friendly.
I'll take
I
that.
don't need an agency.
Open your WhatsApp. They just got an update last week, so you can use AI on your WhatsApp. You don't need to go anywhere.
It's WhatsApp has a version which says आप type करो and हम आपको alternate the textual AI. But I'm saying everything has an app, but there is an upgrade. तो अगर आज आपने देखा and you say I don't like it very much, for all you know हफ्ते बाद बदल चुका है. So you can take a list from us. It's available online, but we are happy to share a list with you as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
your taking out the time.
Thank you.
Thank you.